Lionel, you promised us a ride.
She said she'd be here. Funny, she's never been late before.
You wasted your time then, didn't you?
I did not. I did it because
I got a fresh ass.
Everybody, it is 5:30 p.m. Colored People's Time. I'm actually doing that somewhat on purpose, and then other times are not. But folks, welcome to Earl Grey Tuesday, and once again, it's me, it's the VINCE, and I hope everybody's doing all right this afternoon. I got a lot of stuff going on, folks, so I may be ducking in and out there for at least a little bit. I got delivery coming from Sam's Club. I had to cancel some butthole, but, you know, I told her, you know, I got to do the show, you know, for my fellow piss troopers. So you guys need to thank the great one for not skipping out on some booty, you know. Just keeping it real and telling it to you like it is. Well, fuck Johnny there, KCB. I'll come in this bitch whenever I want to. Period. Non-negotiable. Like I said, folks, oh boy. Where is my, I should put her under the string. You know what, KCB? She actually wanted me to actually do that, but I had to think against that there, you know what I mean? So, but in any event, folks, how y'all doing today? Nobody can see you getting hit. Look, in any event, not only that, I also have coffee brewing as well. So, let's see what we got for videos. Now, Ryan done sent me the video for, who was it? I was on the phone with another customer when I was talking to him there. So, who was the dude here that you put up, Ryan? Yeah, but I don't want to be getting head while I'm doing a live stream. It'd be pretty hard. I mean, it would be kind of minty, but very difficult there, you know, and stuff. Who was it? Who was it? Oh, yeah, Keon. Now, folks, Keon, and let me put this up here, folks. When it comes to Keon, I'll put something to you this way. This is what you call kitchen lighting there. You know, this is something that Tom Prince taught me, the late, great Tom Prince. And what he meant by kitchen lighting means that he is actually posing under ideal lighting conditions to where it highlights his physique itself. Now, with that being said, there's a difference between these kitchen photos. And where the kitchen photo comes from is King Kamali. He used to always take his shots in the kitchen and the lighting was good and it showed off everything. But when he got on stage, well, you know what we saw, basically. So this here is, like I said, it's what Tom Prince used to refer to as kitchen lighting there. Once he gets on stage and he's standing, and also he's not standing against any other competitors. See, anyone can look good by themselves, folks. Anyone. And he does look good. I won't knock him on that. But remember, it's a bodybuilding show. You have to be compared with your fellow peers, in other words. Not queers, peers. So, I mean, I think he's gonna do well, but don't get too goddamn hyped up here. He may be a 3-time champion, but he's still in the 212 division. That is a midget. Now, if you want to see a transformation, did y'all see some pictures of Jonah Hill? Y'all remember Jonah Hill from Wolf of Wall Street? Look at what he looks like now. God oh mercy. I'll tell you right now, he's been using Ozempic like a mug. I'm telling you, folks. And now, Sam's Club, they're actually gonna be start selling Wegovy and Ozempic at half price there. Man, you're gonna see all sorts of people up there signing up with Costco. Did I say Sam's Club? I meant Costco. Costco is gonna be selling Ozempic and Wegovy for half cost. Well, if that's the case, that's perfectly fine. Maybe that'll keep some of these people off my back. Folks, I got to go get my coffee. I can smell it brewing. It smells great. It's smoky vanilla. I'm going to get my coffee, and when I get back, we're going to jam, all right? Hold on. I'm just going to give you a fellow warning, folks. I'm going to be ducking in and out. I still got to get my Sam's Club stuff here, too. So I got the window out, but folks, let's get a little music playing. Now, of course, naturally, I got my coffee. Just nothing, no alcohol or anything, because I got to, see, after the show, I'm going to go down to Planet Fitness. I got to lift weights. Then I got to get 2 new water bottles here. Now, I also got to check the weather, too, because I've been staining, the great one has been staining the deck, basically. This is part of the mobile home renovation. I'm getting things fixed up, in other words. I'm getting appliances that have been busted, been done. You know, I've been out of a dishwasher for over a month. And I just wanted to wait until that sale came. So dishwasher is going to be delivered on Saturday, I believe. Yeah, I know he's a 3-time Mr. Olympia champ, but like I said before, it doesn't matter how many titles you win. Once you step on stage, you are a contestant. All right? Anything that you've done in the past, you are a contestant. You don't start at number 1. You're in line with all the other niggas up in there. Just keeping it real and telling it to you like it is, folks. But folks, get your questions in. Oh yeah, also got my water cup naturally, given to me by my good friend Pugman. Y'all be sure to thank Pugman. Is Cuban streaming that mother... Why is he streaming on my stream for? Why does he do that for? Let me see what he's up to. Hold on a minute.
Yeah, I got a message here. I mean, and I notice you've been talking about me a lot. You got a fucking problem with me or something?
Is this it?
What did I say that made you think that I got a problem with you?
Yeah, it sounds like you got a problem because it seems as though you can't keep my fucking name out of your mouth. Now, I've already had enough problems with John Romano this afternoon, and you once again, running your fucking mouth about me there, pal. What the fuck is your goddamn problem, huh? Why the fuck
You're
do you
saying
keep
I ran my
talking
mouth
about
about you in this live?
Let me tell
Are
you
you saying
something
that I
here.
ran my mouth about you in this live?
Yes, you ran your mouth about me. Listen here, I will come down to Florida, rip your fucking head off, and shit down your fucking neck. Keep my name out your motherfucking mouth, you stupid son of a bitch. You got what gas cans in the back of your car. You ugly as fuck. You look like Wolfman fucking Jack, all right? Keep my name out your motherfucking mouth. I don't want to talk about you. If you want to go and suck J Master's dick, that's perfectly fine. But you're not going to be on my fucking dick. Fuck you and I.
Where did he go?
I don't think that was a stream. Hold on a minute. Let me find the actual stream there. It just started playing. I figure, hey, may as well just let it play out. How about that? Yeah, he really is streaming live. Why? Still looks like
And
Wolfman
that
Jack.
exchange between Lenny and the doctor happened in front of someone that confirmed it. I don't want to drag that person into this.
Tuesday Night Live. It ain't even nighttime. I mean, it's 5:40. He's been streaming for 30 minutes. He did this on purpose there. He knew I was going to be streaming around this time. It's not even nighttime. It's still the evening there, you know. Barely the evening. Oh, test tube, baby. But folks, get your questions in. If you want to make a donation, you can. Be sure to smash that like button. Indeed, you want me to come to the 117. Ryan, he wouldn't debate. He would just yell and just say the N-word. It would be a pointless debate. Damn it. But folks, get your questions in. We'll start videos at 6 o'clock. Let me see if my coffee's cooled down enough. See, I don't use a drip coffee maker. I use a mocha pot. That means it's brewed at very high temperatures, at least 200 or 300 degrees. That extracts all that nice, lovely flavor. The only downside is I gotta wait 10 minutes to cool down. I want to do one sip of that. Where does Cuban... I don't know what Cuban's new address is. I'm sure someone's going to probably leak it eventually. And then I'll just have to say the numbers again. But man, he got mad whenever I said that. He went to the trailer probably because he's in debt, you know. Which, I'm going to be honest with you, the economy is tanked right now. I told you guys, I got a lot of business debt. It'll start going down, but I got like 16,000 on my Amex business, and I think I got 6,000 on my Amex Platinum. And my annual fee's coming up in December or January. So that's another $700, but I don't care because I save about $2,000 to $3,000 a year. Although lately I got to pay those interest fees. So, but even with that, if I didn't have I would be out of business right now if it wasn't for my Amex card. That's what's been keeping me in business. Tariffs have killed me. What's up, Matthew? But the reason why I'm not worried about it is because I've had this type of debt before, folks. It's nothing. Especially when it comes to business debt. Once business picks back up, that'll be paid off in probably a month or two. Yeah, we know where the park is. I use an iCoffee with the rotating jet. Man, that's very fancy, Chuck E. Cheese. My device is only like 15 bucks. And I've been using it for years. And it makes the best perfect cup of coffee. And then, of course, I have a French press. The great one doesn't like using machines for coffee. I make my coffee old school. All right, let's see what we got here. Well, that's not a good start. Stupid music. I don't think he looks too bad because this year's the California Championship, so we're not talking pros or anything like that. So he's on his way as far as things are concerned, but he doesn't have too bad of a physique at the level that he's at right now there, Ryan. So he's doing pretty good. He's off to a good start. But folks, get your questions in. Wait for my coffee to cool down. I heard that the new OXO hand-powered machine makes up great coffee. I mean, I'm cool with that. There's a couple of great machines out there, KCB. It's just I'm old school. When it comes to coffee, I don't use any machines whatsoever. If I need to brew a lot of coffee, then I'll use a French press. And I got one that can make bunches of coffee for friends that come over. If that, I'll get one of those percolator machines and do that. But you know, other than that, really, I don't like using electricity for my coffee purposes. And you know what the best part about mine is? I never have a bad cup of coffee. My coffee is consistent. I already know my coffee is going to be good because the same water, fill it to the same measurement level, you twist on the cap and that's it. There's not really much of an issue. Now, when it comes to the French press, yeah, that's a variable right there, but usually I do a pretty good job making sure it properly brews. But that's what you got to do in this day and age. But my whole thing is, it's like Chuck E. Cheese. He has a great, I mean, the machine that he has, I know what he's talking about, and that thing is awesome, and it makes an awesome cup of coffee. But at the end of the day, folks, you do you as far as coffee or anything is concerned. You got to do you. Yep, consistent quality, consistent results. That how it be. What it is what it is. My coffee is old as fuck too from my previous marriage. But before I start videos, I'm gonna show y'all guys something. That should be there in a few minutes. Alright, let's see if my coffee's cooled down. Oh yeah. Like I said, consistent. And you see, when people say, well, you can only make one cup of coffee. If I wanted to make another cup, when I'm halfway done with this coffee, I could just put another one on the burner. I have 5 different playlists, Matthew, for listening to music. But for some reason or other, I can't find my headset. I have no clue where it's landed. All right, folks, y'all ready for some videos? Let's see what we got today. Let's see what we got today.
The highlight of your day was to call into the show and get your rocks off. Exactly. By the way, that's the noise. That's the noise that.
Another shady MAGA.
I'm done. Pot him down. Ray, that sounded like you just pleasured yourself to me, and that's the sound that.
You know, I'm beginning to like this guy. He is just straight ruthless.
He makes when he climaxes to my poster every night before he goes to sleep.
Do you wear James to church?
I'm sorry, what? Come again? Ray?
Do you wear James to church?
I don't go to church, Ray.
You should.
Why? Why should I go to church, Ray? Tell me why.
Because because you're immoral and you're giving it to.
Why am I immoral? Okay, Ronnie, so try to be serious for a moment. I know it's really, this is the highlight of your day to try to
back it up. Let him back it up.
Hold on, Ray. What have I said on this show that would lead you to believe that I am immoral?
You support the trans agenda.
Hold on a second. So what's the trans agenda? What would you consider? What is the trans agenda? What do I support? Tell me, Ray.
Letting these creatures into children's
Okay, so first of all,
creatures. Oh, I've never heard that term before. That's new.
First of all, you have no idea what the hell you're talking about. First of all, they're not creatures. They're human beings, you clown. And second of all, if you have such a problem with people going into teenage girls' locker rooms, then why the hell would you support Donald Trump, who bragged on the Howard Stern show about going into teenage locker rooms in a sexual way? Ray, why would you support somebody like that? Do you have a problem with Donald Trump going into teenage...
Yeah, Cuban and Dubs are gonna cross swords eventually, and it's gonna be super minty.
Girls' locker rooms, you creature buffoon.
First of all, how do you know because
hold on a second. Hey, Ray, listen to me. I'll repeat it again, you dumb idiot. See, this is why I call people names.
He did.
Ray, he bragged about doing it himself on the Howard Stern show, you stupid ass. What is the... Now, I go back to my... No, be quiet for a second. Now I go back to my original question. You said I'm immoral because I support the transgender agenda. What is the agenda? And by the way, the agenda...
He's a little bit more angrier than Destiny. I like this guy.
Is not anybody to go into anybody's locker rooms, okay? So I don't agree with that, okay? So you're wrong about that. I don't believe that if you're a transgender woman or identify as a transgender woman, that you should be allowed to go into a locker room with other women. So you're wrong about that. So I ask you once again, why am I immoral? And what have I said on this show that's immoral? You failed miserably in that attempt. By the way, you're the one that talks about morals and you support the adjudicated sexual abuser. But go ahead. What else have I said on this show that's immoral? You haven't made one point yet. Go ahead.
Well, there's a guy yesterday who told you, he says before you to go to confession. I agree with him.
I don't go to church.
Just a reminder, folks, if you're going to go on someone's radio show that is trained and experienced, and this guy has about, from what he's claiming, over 20 years of experience, you better be ready.
I'm not a religious person, and just because you're not a religious person, just because that's your opinion, you bozo. Hold on a second. Just because I don't go to church, or just because I don't go to confession, doesn't mean I'm an immoral person, you dumbass. You call into the show and you say you could only be moral if you go to church. That makes you an idiot. You're an idiot. So I ask again, give me a reason why I'm immoral. Just because I don't go to church or I'm not religious. There's a lot of atheists out there. It doesn't mean they're immoral, dumbass. So give me another reason. Why am I immoral, dummy?
Do you support keeping the border closed?
Oh my God, he's...
What?
Well, you really are a moron. You really are a moron. I'll answer the question. I'll answer his question.
He's a judgmental person. And how can you be a Christian and be judgmental?
He's not a
How can you be a Christian and not be your brother's keeper and love thy neighbor? You make no sense.
Okay, no. You shut up. I'm going to explain because you asked me a question.
You shut up.
Okay, pot him down. No, that's not how it works. You see, I run a radio show here.
Yeah, he called your show.
If I want you to shut up, we will pod you down. You can do your own creature radio show if you like. So I'm going to answer your question. Okay, first of all, just because you don't go to church doesn't mean you're immoral. It's the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life. The transgender agenda, as you put it, is not if you're trans to be able to go into any locker room you want to. In fact, there are transgender people that actually disagree with that, and I happen to be one of those people.
We support their right to be transgender.
And the third thing that he just said, you asked me a question.
Confession.
Yeah. Just because I don't go to confession, that makes you immoral? Who did you vote for, dumbass? Did you vote for Donald Trump?
Oh, we know who he voted for.
Who did you vote for, dummy?
I voted for Trump.
Yeah, okay. So let me ask you a question.
Surprise there.
So let me ask you a question. Would you consider it immoral to call somebody who happened to be a POW to say you don't respect somebody because they're a POW? Is that immoral?
It's off balance.
Oh, it's off balance, but it's not immoral. Is it immoral for someone to attack Gold Star families? Is it immoral for someone to attack women on looks? Is it immoral for someone to dodge the military multiple times? Is it immoral to not want black people to live in your places, apartments that you own in New York?
Now, part of that was actually Donald Trump Sr. You have to I have to correct him on that. That's more of a Donald Trump Sr. thing rather than a junior. You know, he was just really working for his father at the time for the most part.
City, huh? Is it immoral to lie about the 2020 election? Is it immoral to have unprotected sex with a porn star a week after Melania has Barron? Is it immoral to cheat on every single woman that you've ever had?
Is it immoral to worship an immoral person? That's a good question. That's an easy one to answer.
Yeah, you're immoral. But all those questions that I just asked, would you say that stuff is immoral? Is it? Yes or no? Don't answer the question with a question. Answer the question, you dope.
Can you worship an immoral person? If you're a Christian.
That's why he goes to confession so he can improve.
He does not go.
Yeah, but
Ray, you're not
now you're qualifying. You don't know.
Hold on a second. So Ray, you're obviously not a serious person.
No, he's just screwing around.
The highlight of your day was to call into the show and get your rocks off. Exactly. By the way, that's the noise. That's the noise that.
Another shady MAGA.
I'm done. Pot him down. Ray, that sounded like you just pleasured yourself to me, and that's the sound that he makes when he climaxes to my poster every night before he goes to sleep. Ray, you're not a serious person. You're just a creature. You're a MAGA creature.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Well, that guy got destroyed. Yeah, but, you know, a lot of them are, yeah, you're right, Ryan. A lot of them are going to be independents. They're not Democrats or Republicans, or say. But, yeah. Exactly, Chuck E. Cheese. And not only that, this is stuff in the 70s where, you know, he was technically really working for his father. You're talking about in the 70s when he was in his 20s and so forth. So, I mean, yeah. I don't really count anything that he did in the 70s. I really don't. I just, that's just me. All right, let's see what we got next here.
On September 27th, 2023, in Joliet, Illinois, officers were dispatched to a gym for the 36th consecutive noise complaint. This time, they'd had enough.
36 times? Yeah, we got a problem. You're going to need to soundproof some of those walls. Yeah, it's a little, there's no, even in a business environment, there's a noise ordinance. You shouldn't have the music too loud, and there's really no reason to have that anyway to begin with. Just turn it down.
You're okay with that? Whatever you gotta do. That's right. Do what you do. No. Negative me ID. You're not welcome in here. Negative me ID? Get the f*** out. You want to do it like this? I want to do it like this. Okay. I'm in the middle of a workout. I get on the unit. He's not giving it.
You see, you should learn the second time about a noise complaint, but 36 times, yeah, that's a problem.
What you got going on? This is dude? Yeah, I walked in and, he's like, out of here. I'm like, alright, you want to listen? You want to turn your music down? This big ass dude? Hell yeah. He pushed me out. He pushed you out the gym? Pretty much, he was like walking me out. And he's like, I'm not giving you shit. You got a complaint? Yeah, we got a complaint. Ongoing issue. So I was late, just want to talk to him. What's up? And then pushed you out? He kind of like nudged me out. I opened the door.
I'm fucking sued for harassment. This is private property. You do not sit here in front of my motherfucking gym and cause fucking disturbance. No, you. Don't fuck with me. Don't fuck with me today. No, yeah, you are. Yes, you are. You guys are sitting here fucking staring at my shit. These guys don't pay $50 to walk gym. I don't give a fuck. I think she's a fucking... That person is known for fucking having a mental disability. When it's in court...
That music is super loud. And given the nature of the gym owner, I could see why. Yeah, the trend is making him brave, but you know what? They're not even going to fight with them. They'll just tase him.
fucking documented. That's right. So you go. It's clear. No, I already did. What the fuck are you gonna do to me? You ain't gonna do shit. What the fuck are you doing rolling 4 deep? Shut the fuck up.
He's barefooted. Is he barefooted? Yeah, he's got no shoes on. He's got a Death Row Records shirt on. You know. Yeah.
All of that's for your ID.
You ain't getting shit. If you're about to get fucking sued for harassment, you're disrupting my motherfucking...
You are disrupting it. You are causing the scene. If you give this officer your information...
You're not allowed in here. You're not the allowed in here. You're not allowed in here. Relax. You're not allowed in here. You're not allowed in there.
Yeah, everyone's a tough guy, folks, until the taser hits. Let's play that beautiful bean footage again.
You're not allowed in there. You motherfucking bitch! You're ripping my fucking shoulder!
Get off his back.
You're ripping my fucking shoulder!
I don't care if he was deadlifting. He's out of control. Yeah, he's just straight up out of control. And what is he doing here? What are you doing? Who do you think you are? You ain't Big Richard. You ain't gonna go and rip someone's head off and shit down their neck. What is he doing here? You need to back up.
Step back!
You came in here, you have no right to be in this building. No. In the meantime, down the block.
Are you kidding me? You understand what he was doing? Are you serious? He was hitting us in the face too, so. Yeah, he got tased, it's over with. Enough.
Damn it!
Now he's crying about his leg.
Which leg hurts?
What the fuck tases in?
See, he was all big and bad with the imaginary lat syndrome, but what did I say in the very beginning? Everyone's a tough guy until they feel the taser. All right? And for muscular people, the taser's going to hurt more because it's designed to target the muscles. And if you got a lot of muscle, it's going to hurt even more.
Look what you guys did on fucking Wednesday morning at 5 o'clock.
Yeah, it looks like his members are just as big of an a-hole as he is.
Wow.
I got a case. Put mine. We'll get stuff in a second. We'll get stuff. I really was just gonna ask you for your ID, but I said we have to do all this.
Oh man, it's been fucking. I had to go through court for all this shit again.
I get it, man, but like, you know, when I first got here, I was cool with you. I was just trying to talk to you, and right away you started screaming at me. Okay? I get it. I'm a gym head too. This is gonna ruin my workout too, man. Where's your wallet and stuff at?
I don't have a fucking wallet with me this morning.
Just try to fit in there real quick. Get your knee over to this bar right here, and I'll look.
Can you just leave this open just until I...
No, I can't, man.
I'm not gonna run, bro. I swear. Can you just open at least the window? I'm not gonna run. I swear to God.
Okay, what's with?
Yeah, he must be on some. He must be taking some DMP or something there. So.
What's your name, man?
Brandon.
You good? Yeah. No, we got you some shoes, all right?
I don't have shoes. Oh, those are mine.
I'll put your shoes on.
It's all good, dude. I don't need shoes.
We'll take them to the station.
He said the food was hitting him in the face. He was punching him and stuff.
Everyone's still on except YouTube for some reason. So I turned back on because he's in custody. Go ahead and take him down. The tase.
I just saw he wasn't going down, and it was too much of a struggle. So.
Well, he did hit him in the face there, but neither way, the gym owner handled that really badly. It shouldn't have never came to the point to where he's going to argue it doesn't matter if you're in a business. There's a noise ordinance. And chances are the owner of that building probably was the one that complained.
Following this incident, Brandon was charged with 2 counts of resisting or obstructing a peace officer and 1 count of obstructing identification. He is innocent unless proven guilty.
See, he got really lucky on that, simply because they could have charged him with assault. But they didn't, because he did punch him. So they cut him some slack on that.
Guilty in a court of law. Up next, the late night lifter who brought vodka instead of water.
How's it going?
It's a guy who was drunk. I almost got into a fight with one of the members. The guy with the black shirt has the dreads up in the air, but he's clearly drunk. Walking in here with a vodka bottle in his hand. He don't want to leave. I tried to make him leave for like the last 30 minutes. He's still there.
We'll go deal with it. This good, right? No, over here. My guys, they want you to leave.
I'm not going nowhere.
If you don't want to go anywhere,
I'm bench pressing.
We're gonna. What's up?
I'm bench pressing.
You're what?
I'm bench pressing.
You're bench pressing. Okay. Well, I'm gonna give you one more option to leave.
You just I don't know nobody in this.
He didn't even go all the way down. What's up with that?
Yeah.
I don't know nobody in this. Why touch my hand? Why touch my hand?
Send me another unit. This guy doesn't
want to. Right now. That's cool. Don't touch my hand. I didn't do nothing. You're putting in front of me. You a white. I'm like, no lie. You doing that? You doing that? That's you doing that. You need to back up. See what I'm doing? You need to back up. See what I'm doing? You need to back up. See what I'm doing?
Well, folks, what do you think's gonna happen? This is about to turn into a Brazzers version here. All right, folks, let's go ahead and see what happens, but we already know what's going on.
Ready?
With the suspect now in custody.
Well, that ended up a little bit nicer.
Officers soon interview victims to reveal the true scope of the suspect's actions.
All right, we try to be nice, man, but that's not how it's working today, is it?
Stop resisting. Stop resisting. Stop resisting.
You know, all he had to do was leave. He just had to leave the gym.
Like, bro, like, what the f*** are you doing, bro? Bro, you white.
Are you serious, dude? You're embarrassing yourself.
VIP service. Yeah, la. I should do on the model. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam.
Oh boy.
Don't act like an adult. This is what happens.
Have a seat.
I've done this before, bro. Please don't do this. I just been sad, bro. Like, please. Why y'all like harassing me right now?
You're super intoxicated, all right?
I'm not intoxicated. I haven't been drinking all day. Get me out of these cars.
All right, we're done asking. Get in the car, please.
Bro, he's like punching me up like a pretzel right now.
Adios. Good right.
Like, I didn't even don't apologize to him. Just let the man know, man. He put his hands on me.
I was like working out and stuff. I'm trying to get my reps and stuff. And then he comes around and he's trying to steal my rep.
Let this damn man know what happened. You ain't got to be all nervous. Just man. You all in trouble, bro.
Yeah, if you're all good.
Okay, you're good. We just want to get right.
I don't know what happened. He's just trying to show me and all that. Dreaming and all that.
Who else saw you get punched? Anybody?
Everybody here saw him. Like, you better you?
Yeah, you pushed him.
When I say that, I mean like he pushed you or something? Yeah.
You got ID by chance? It just makes it easier for me. Okay. He didn't touch you?
No. Okay. It's just that I was trying to escort him out. And I put my, just put my hands on his shoulders,
like,
hey, man. And then when he was like, stop putting your hands on me, and I'm like, you know what? You're absolutely right, man. Let me go ahead and call the police. Because I know you're drunk. I'll beat that fucking dude's ass, bro. With no issues, no problems. I promise you that.
We're going to let him sit in a cell and
maybe sleep off some of his intoxication if we can, so he's more cooperative. Yep. So we have battery, we have trespass, we have obstructing.
What if you had a public intox?
We do, but the thing is, he's inside of a private business. So yeah, I thought about that already.
We're just gonna take a ride, all right? Don't be trying to get out of those cuffs. I'm gonna pull over this car. You're gonna do what? You're gonna sleep?
Where's that laughter coming from?
He's laughing up a storm.
Jesus Christ. All right, listen, Jari, listen. All right, we're gonna come ladies up here, okay?
What can I call you, man? What's your first name?
Yeah. Bro, I don't have a gun, bro. Please.
No,
you lucky I have pants on right now. That's just gay. I'm a homo. Here we go again.
Following this incident, the suspect, Jahari, was charged with aggravated assault.
Yeah, Jahari, a perfectly good name there. Folks, why do black families always give people weird names? That's not even an African name. That's a made-up name, like Bumquisha and Sharkia and stuff like that. They're not even real African. They're not even real names. Name your kid Josh or Harry or Melvin, for example. Why would Jahari on Safari? I mean, it's whoops, wrong. That's not even a real name.
Battery, trespassing, and obstructing a peace officer. He is innocent unless proven guilty in a court of law.
Every gym has that one guy who thinks that the rules don't apply to him. What happens when that same attitude gets tested not by a trainer, but by a cop with a taser? Moments like this show how quickly pride can outweigh common sense. Refusing a simple order might feel like you're making a stand, but inside a gym packed with people, it creates a confrontation that officers just can't walk away from. And in that moment, the officer's responsibility isn't just about one person, it's about protecting everyone else in the gym. Now we're trained to de-escalate, to give warnings, and to allow someone every chance to make the right call. But when those warnings bounce off like a ball against a brick wall, the officer has to decide whether to keep talking or take action. But the question is, why does everyone seem to see what they want to see instead of the truth? And that's the problem with perception, because outsiders often see force where there's really just necessity. The taser or the physical restraint is not about punishing someone for being difficult. It's about regaining control in a situation where words have already failed and the truth doesn't always look pretty. And the irony hits hard here because a gym is a space built for discipline, but it suddenly becomes a stage for defiance. The truth is, compliance is not about submission, it's about survival. And when someone refuses to listen inside of a charged atmosphere like a gym, it creates a ripple effect. Because the second you challenge authority in that way, the outcome is already written before the struggle even begins. And in the end, defiance will not make you look powerful. It'll just make you another cautionary tale for somebody to watch and body camera footage.
Yep. Indeed. You talking smack, cheese? They are setting you up for failure like naming your kid Rodney Day. Oh, boy. Looks like my stuff is 15 minutes away. So, I'm about to get my food at, mainly it's my stuff from Sam's Club where I get more chicken. I get my chicken and some ground turkey and a few other things, too. Rodney Dale.
On September 27th, 2023 in Joliet,
We already watched this one here. Hold on. We just watched that. I thought I erased it. Maybe not. All right. Indeed. No dub stuff, folks. Don't put anything up here.
Welcome back to the channel, everybody. And in a wild turn of events, as if this Charlie Kirk situation needed any more of those, we now have a couple different influencers who have come out and...
I like his channel name, Valhalla VFT, but what does VFT stand for? Is that the initials to his name or something?
Confirmed that Charlie Kirk did in fact have an autopsy, which is what we really would expect. However, they are claiming they actually know exactly what is said in that medical examiner's report, and we're going to take...
I mean, he took a bullet to the neck there. There's not much logic in there. I mean, other than maybe he choked on his own blood, but he would have been immediately dead. That's an instant kill right there. He would have he got shot and woke up in heaven like a half second later. That's an instant kill, folks. You're gone. No suffering whatsoever.
What this report...
There's no suffering whatsoever. that's maybe he was already dead in like less than a second.
It actually says, and I got to tell you guys, I don't know how to put this nicely. If this
and part of the reason, folks, is that bullet probably separated his spine. He didn't feel anything. He couldn't have.
Medical examiner report or autopsy report is true. The FBI and the prosecution are, let me put it lightly, I guess, because essentially the idea that Tyler Robinson took the shot from where he took it at the angle he took it and caused the damage it did to Charlie with the round that's used is actually not possible. So this is going to be a very interesting video. Let's jump in. Let's talk about it. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Helps the channel. All right, let's do this, guys. All right, first thing I got to say up front, now
most people think that these conspiracy theories are a little bit wild, but let me show you guys something here. Hold on. You see, all of these conspiracy theories come down to money, folks. So let's take the calculator. He has 515,000 views. We will divide that by 1,000. And then we will times that by about, based on the type of channel, politics, we'll times that by $6. So this is how much this one video has made in YouTube revenue, $3,000.90. So remember, folks, conspiracies actually do pay.
always is we are operating,
and that's why people do stuff like this,
under massive assumptions here that this information is true, it is correct, because I'll tell you, when it comes to an autopsy report, A, it's private, 2, it's evidence for a massive murder trial, and the idea that the law enforcement are just handing this out to influencers, not a case. So this is hearsay through hearsay, okay, at the end of the day. Somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody, all right? So take all this with a massive grain of salt. I'm not saying these people are liars. I'm just saying that's what we're operating under. All right, first thing we're going to take a look at is what this report says.
My understanding from speaking with a couple of people high up at Turning Point USA, they let me know that the injury took place right below the jaw in the C2.
Uh-oh.
The bullet crashed through.
Like I said, hit the spine. Instant death right there. You're gone. We need to see some minty out. Yeah, we might play those quick pump. Remember, you could submit videos. You're part of the crew. Minty Dubs will tell Cuban to meet him at South Side Park.
C2 all the way through C7. And then they found the bullet lodged in that meaty area around T1, the thoracic first vertebrae.
All right, so I don't know Stephen Gardner. I don't really watch his stuff. I'm going to assume he's operating in good faith here and that he actually heard what he heard. And, you know, somebody else also came out and said that they've seen or supposedly heard about this same autopsy report.
I confirmed, obviously, because I have connections, and I confirmed that the autopsy was done. I don't want to say too much, but the autopsy yielded where the entry wound was and how the bullet killed him. It's already been determined. They found the bullet lodged in his body. They can tell you exactly where, what was severed, what killed him, where the bullet traveled from his neck down through his body. They have it all, fragmentation of the round that spouted through his body. They have all of that.
Okay, they have it all.
It doesn't make a difference. He was instantly dead, which honestly, that was a good thing. You know? Nothing to think about. Just wake up in heaven. Or wherever he went. Or Valhalla or so forth. I still laugh at Cash Patel. I'm going to miss you, Kirk, Charlie. See you in Valhalla. You know they're not going to let an Indian in Valhalla. I mean, come on. Really? Seriously? He thinks he's going to Valhalla? Whatever.
Oh, they've got it proved. Let's see if this even works mathematically or scientifically. Let's jump into it. All right, guys, so basically a middle school math problem. This isn't that hard to figure out. We know that, according to the medical examiner report, this 30-06 round came in, hit him in the C2, traveled down. All right, you guys are going to notice some huge problems with this right away, but let's go ahead and, you know, just look at this objectively. All right, we got a protractor out. Let's put that right here on the C2. Okay, we do know.
He wrote a book? He wrote a book of a knight. Knights are Europeans here, you know. I mean, whatever he would have been in the past would have gone ding 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 ding. Meet me in the blah 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 blah. Punjabi.
Again, from where Tyler Robinson was shooting, it was a 9-degree slope with a 9-degree offset, essentially meaning almost directly on at a 9-degree slope, which we can travel out from our protractor from the C2 here at 9 degrees. Perfect. All right, as we pull the protractor off, what's the first huge glaring issue you guys are going to see here? Oh, well, if Charlie Kirk was sitting level, sort of parallel to the ground with his jaw, which he was, let me show you that real quick. All right, so we can see Charlie Kirk is not got his head all the way back like this. He's sitting pretty much flat, looking at the crowd, sort of jaw parallel to the ground as he gets hit. Boom, hit. So you can see that, right? It's actually a little bit of a tilt down even, okay? So let's look at this anatomically. All right, this is essentially exactly how Charlie Kirk is sitting. And they want to tell you the medical examiner report confirms he was first hit in the C2 vertebrae right below the base of the skull. Biggest problem I see with that from the angle Tyler Robinson shoots him from is that would have hit him in the teeth or even above the teeth. There is no possible way that this round came from a 9-degree angle and a 9-degree slope and hit the C2 while not blowing through Charlie Kirk's face. It's not a thing. We also can see the C2 is not where that gunshot wound is. I can show you that right here. All right, as you can see here, yeah, he's got some tilt back now after he's been hit, but that round, sorry for my beard, that round is 2-3 inches below his chin. Okay, this round is not all the way up, just underneath the base of the jaw.
Why in the world would I want to go to Valhalla? Heck. No, I would, you know.
That's pretty far down. I would say that's closer to the C4 or the C5 to where that round, to me, looks like he got hit. So big problems right away with this medical examiner report, but let's keep looking at this. All right, so we know this is not possible. Okay, this definitely didn't happen. But if we look at the actual sort of injury to Kirk, looks like he's shot closer to about right here, okay, on that left side of the neck. Now, if we look at it this way, now we can make this work for the location of the shot if it entrance and hits the C5, but that's not what they're saying. They're saying it hit the C2, traveled down all his vertebrae. It doesn't work. Next thing with this, we're talking about a 30-06 round. Right now you have this 30-06 round traveling at 24 to 2,700 feet per second, or even less, doesn't even matter. Hits him, let's say, hits him in the C2, if this magic bullet that doesn't go through his face somehow, that then refracts straight down into the T1. Yeah, that's not what a 30-06 round is going to do if it hits a human neck vertebrae. We know it's going to blow right through. But even if there was some weird refraction, bullets aren't going to refract almost 90 degrees. We've talked about that, and then keep their actual velocity to be able to do that much damage. Not really a thing. Again, so with just basic middle school math, we already disproved this whole medical examiner's report, or the fact that the shot was taken from where it was taken, a 9-degree slope from straight on, Charlie Kirk sitting flat, parallel chin to the ground. Not possible. It would have hit him in the teeth, not 5 inches lower than the teeth. It's not a thing. So because we know that's not possible,
I mean, the bullet could have curved like, what's the name of that movie where you can curve the bullets or so forth there? I mean, there's a number of explanations on this whole situation. You have the factor of wind. It could have blew the bullet a little bit. I mean, he was clearly aiming for the head, but hit the neck,
If we're assuming the medical examiner report is true and accurate, now we have to look at alternatives to how this could have taken place. Okay, so let's talk about a few. All right, so I've seen a bunch of different people talking about now, because of this report, this has to prove that Charlie Kirk had body armor, because again, it's an impossible shot. It's an impossible angle that it didn't hit him in the face, which, okay, that's kind of an interesting theory, but let's talk about that. All right. Now we're talking about body armor, which again is going to be down here on the chest. Again, 9-degree slope. This is still where the shot came from. Here's the entrance wound. Okay. Let's talk about the possibility that the bullet refracted off his body armor. First, let's also make sure that we acknowledge it's been disproven he had body armor on. And not only that,
he didn't have no body armor. Why even bring that up to begin with?
TP USA has publicly stated he had no body armor on.
Not that it would have done any good.
If you're going to operate under the assumption he has body armor on, you are calling TP USA nefarious liars. I'm not prepared to do that, because why would they purposefully lie about him having body armor on? That seems bizarre to me. But hypothetically, TP USA is lying about this and he had body armor on. Let's look at it. Now, we're still talking about a 30-06 round, okay? A 30-06 round that supposedly comes down, hits him in the body armor, which, by the way, if he had body armor on so small that you couldn't see it through that tiny little shirt, it wouldn't be strong enough to stop a 30-06 round to begin with. But we're in hypothetics here. That then... okay, this almost makes me laugh doing this. That then refracts off the body armor, comes all the way up here at a 90-degree angle to hit this C2, and then re-refracts straight back down to the T1. Guys, bullets are not pinballs. They don't do this, okay? They refract and do weird things as they move through, but changing total direction in almost 180 degrees is not possible. This is new.
Yes, it's possible. It's definitely possible. I don't know what he's talking about, but it's definitely possible. I mean, it doesn't really matter or anything. He's dead. He got shot. We know he got shot, and that's the point of it. I just don't get the rest of this.
Newtonian physics says that's not a thing. Okay, so again, I mean, even Rob O'Neill talks about body armor here, and it's actually what he talks about here is interesting because it actually is going to bring us into the next possibility.
But that was not an injury wound that we saw. We saw an exit wound. So where'd that bullet come from? You don't bleed like, and I've shot guys.
All right, folks, my stuff is here, so I gotta get my groceries, and I shall be right back, and we'll continue playing this video here. No, I never saw the delivery boy. I tell them to knock and then get the F on there, you know. That's just me. I ain't got time for that.
It's closer than the camera was. And an entry wound doesn't look like that. An exit wound does. Why did his shirt move the way it did? When I've shot people, their shirts didn't move like that. And then the initial reaction was, well, he was obviously wearing body armor and it was deflection. One, no. He wasn't wearing body armor. And two, it doesn't deflect like that off of body armor. Why was his shirt moving from right to left? Why were people being interviewed saying, yeah, they came from my left to right, from his right to left, immediately shut down?
Okay, so interesting. Yeah, the idea that we'll talk about rounds too, because people say, well, it depends on the round, the 30-06 round. The idea that body armor, that blasts off body armor, goes straight up, hits his neck, comes straight back down. It's not a thing. It's not physically possible, regardless of what anybody wants to tell you. Okay, based off of based off of the medical examiner reports injury, is it possible that a round refracts off?
Anything is possible. You know, the body is kind of weird. It could, you know, you just never know.
Off body armor at an angle and comes up into his neck. Sure, but not at that extreme angle, and then definitely isn't reversing 180 degrees and keeping its velocity. It's just not how things work. All right, guys, before we jump back into that video, got to give a shout out to today's sponsor, our partners at Barbell Apparel, who make the world's best and most comfortable pair of jeans. And not only that, right now, guys, Barbell Apparel has their free hoodie sale. If you spend $99, you get yourself a free hoodie. Well, let's look at that. We know where the actual wound is, which is here. Okay, well, we know it can't have come from that slope. Again, it goes straight through his teeth. Not a thing, unless his head was like literally all the way back.
I'm tired of this. This guy's an idiot. He's just trying to make money. I mean, it stopped being mincy a long time ago. Would I bed Rup? No, never.
What's going on, everyone? I told y'all watch out for these poles and these trains. You may
Poles? Poles?
be holding on to them at your own risk. Now, I'm going to tell you what happens in practice versus what's supposed to happen. And I guarantee you, the MTA don't want you to know this. Check out this video. What I'm about to say right now, the MTA do not want the riding public,
Thank God I don't live in New York.
aka you, to know, because it's going to expose them. Now, what happens in practice when a train crew get a call over the intercom or was told that or observed that someone was bleeding, feces, vomit, urine inside a train car, we would call RCC on the radio and they would tell us to isolate the car, even though we're not supposed to. That's a whole nother story. Until it gets to the terminal so that train car could be properly cleaned. When that train car actually gets to the terminal and the cleaners go clean that car, they are under so much pressure by the dispatchers to get that train back out because the MTA only focuses on on-time performance, aka service over safety. So the cleaners would do a rush job, don't clean up everything properly, you touching the biohazard when that train go back out on the road. What's really supposed to happen when there's any type of biohazards is that the cleaners are supposed to put on a Tyvek suit, clean it up properly, dispose the Tyvek suit, the gloves, red bag stuff, and do it like that. But the MTA knows that take a lot of time. Now, the irony of it is that the MTA have us sit through these right to know classes, and I know y'all recognize this face right here, every year, for them to violate their own rules. But luckily, I filed a PESH complaint with the state against the MTA regarding the same matter.
Why? You're not gonna get any money you're not gonna get any money from this. What good does it do you? Go get a car, man, or move out of New York, you know? New York is a very nasty city, you know?
About how they have us come in contact with biohazards. And if they have us come in contact with biohazards, that means the riding public is also. But just believe, the MTA do not care about your safety. They only care about two things, on-time performance and service. It's service over safety with the MTA at your own expense. Peace.
Why would there be a... Oh, yeah, I guess there would be a special. But it's actually 10-10-25. It won't be 10-10-10. I wasn't streaming at that time, so. But in any event, you know, he can complain all he wants, but he lives there. I mean, he lives there. That's his problem. You know, this is why when you get on the bus, you get wet wipes and you just wipe down what you're riding, and that's it. You mush on. What? Who put this video up? Really, KCB? Really? You gonna put this shit up? Really? Speaking of which, KCB, where am I? You gotta drop in some ducats sometime. It's been a while since you dropped a little money for the great one. Obviously, the health department ain't doing anything, you know, clearly. This is so disgusting. I hope I don't see any freaking wieners.
Of course, too many debate, but in
You ain't got to debate about it. You should be messing with someone's PP, all right?
our case, we knew.
I mean, this is China. I mean, I've seen the stuff you people eat and this kind of...
raised important ethical questions. The cells in our urine
I will agree with you. These are legitimate piss troopers.
open a new horizon, though they are genetically more complicated to manipulate than embryonic cells.
Rage quit? Hold on a minute. Let's see if I can find his stream before he goes and deletes it out if he rage quit.
They're fully functional. These cells...
Be quiet. Hold on. If he did indeed rage quit, then the video might still be up.
The fucking West Indians, I don't know shit about them. Don't know shit. Let's move on. That's right. That's right, yeah.
His video is still left up, so... What is he gonna do? He's just staring.
This'll be the last fucking time. Be the last fucking time I'm gonna claim ignorance to everything. I don't know anything about the Bible. Don't know anything about Christianity. These flags behind me, I don't know what that one is. I don't know what this one is. I don't know what that one is. I don't know shit. Don't know anything. Don't know anything.
Doesn't look like there is. I don't see a rage quit. You said he rage quit? What did he do? A lot of birds in the background.
Okay, guys, you want it, you got it. You guys want it, you got it. You got it. Guys want it, you got it. I'm sorry, I'm not doing a live Friday, and I don't know when I will do another one. Goodbye, guys.
What did he do? Yeah, we'll have to check out your channel, Mintinator. That was kind of calm and quiet quitting there, so I don't know. Not my ancestors. I don't know about your ancestors, not mine. No. Disgusting. Just disgusting. But you know, then again, you got the Chinese. The Chinese, they're always doing some weird stuff. I mean, you've seen the Chuck E. Cheese washing your hair in urine. Yes, I mean all cultures did that back in the day, and it does clean hair. But nothing about no drinking. No, nothing about drinking. All right, let's see what we got here.
Ah, I don't know patois. I don't know it. Let's move on. Don't know it. I don't know it. Let's move on, please. I don't know shit about the Jamaican culture, the fucking West Indians. I don't know shit about them. Don't know shit. Let's move on. Enough. God damn it. How about we... Fuck. I should go on vacation from this shit. And you're gonna keep going. Hold on a minute. I want to see this. You're gonna keep going? I made official. The bruja is patois for turtle. Wow, that was a huge mistake. Wow. I fucking said, hearing them fucking speak, not fucking reading. Fuck you, fuck all of you. Fuck all of you.
What is he getting angry about? I don't get that. He needs to just calm down. I mean, really. But that was minty. And we do like mints up here. Frank put... Okay. Let's see what we got here.
Hey, what's going on, fellas? Long time no see on the YouTube channel, but today we're back at you with another informational video, and today is definitely going to be a crazy one, but we're going to be talking about why methamphetamine might actually be more practical than something like Adderall.
Who put this up? Who put this up? Okay.
So methamphetamine and Adderall are almost identical except for the addition of the methyl group to methamphetamine, obviously. That one methyl group that gets added to make it into methamphetamine, not just amphetamine, allows it to cross the blood-brain barrier in a lot more of an efficient manner. The thing that you guys need to understand is that there's two isomers of meth, and the L-methamphetamine is the one that often tweakers are using, which gives meth the bad rap that it has. But a lot of people don't realize that something called disoxin, which is D-methamphetamine, is often prescribed by doctors. Now, while Adderall is quite similar, it does not contain any methamphetamine or any methyl groups. It is simply a 75-25 blend of dextroamphetamine and levoamphetamine. Now you see the dextroamphetamine is exactly what you want, right? And it's very good that it's a favorable 75-25 blend of dex versus levo, because dextroamphetamine is responsible for the mental benefits that you get from Adderall. Now Adderall is 75% dextroamphetamine, which is responsible for the mental benefits of the drug, like the dopamine release, but 25% of it is levoamphetamine, which gives you that active, stimulated feeling. Now thank God you have a favorable ratio of 75-25 dex versus levo, because
this guy did a stream with Nick Fuentes. I mean, is he a white nationalist too?
Levo is completely garbage. That's where meth really outshines Adderall. Methamphetamine's lack of the Levo isomer really makes it ideal for doing task-oriented things that don't require any physical exertion. In terms of pure mental focus for sustained periods of time, meth is really going to outshine Adderall in every regard. Now the issue is dopamine is extremely neurotoxic, right? So you have to understand that meth has a high risk profile if used incorrectly. If you're exceeding the therapeutic dosage of meth on a
This guy is recommending this type of stuff. Folks, if you want a stimulant, drink a cup of coffee.
consistent basis, that dopamine toxicity is going to...
I mean, he's making these videos clearly because he's using either meth and or Adderall. So he's trying to justify, this is some pretty horrible advice. He has some dick-sucking lips, too.
be severely detrimental to your cognition over time. Now, meth is going to be much more addictive due to its long-acting nature. So, for most people and most normies, they are going to wind up abusing this stuff because of how easily accessible it is and how cost-effective it is to use methamphetamine over something like Adderall and other stimulants. So, I really have to tread lightly on what I'm talking about here, but this is just theoretical. And if we're talking about normal dosing protocols that don't exceed the neurotoxicity threshold, then I have shared and made my claim on why I think it is much more superior than something like the Adderall with the two isomers.
Freaking moron. Good looks, bad advice. He should, this video should have never even been made to begin with. What a goof. That's a goof right there, folks. That's a goof.
Okay, well, we're talking war stories right now. I mean, you want to know how the fuck this shit happens? I mean, if you're a white boy.
Yeah, let's speed this up a little bit.
And you got to put in work, and some piece of shit rolls on the yard. This is the typical program is to, yeah, bro, let's go do some burpees. Let's go work out on the yard. And then you'll get that fool's heart running. You'll get him doing some burpees, get him doing some fucking, getting that heartbeat just pumping. The second that fool jumps up on the bars, it's on the fucking stomach, on the neck, he's done. And that's a typical program. These fools are going to slice that fool in his stomach, they're going to slice his neck after they got his fucking heart pumping. And we've seen it happen too many times. I mean, I've been sitting on the yard where there was a known fool.
No. I mean, people will get a whooping. Some people will get stabbed, but no.
Boy, they had bad paperwork. It was this fucking lame ass fool Derek from Palm Springs, and he was a piece of shit. You could tell he was weird. You know the motherfuckers, you just know they're weird. Like they look like they touch kids and shit. A piece of shit motherfucker. And a fool came up right behind him and just put that bone crusher in his chest probably 4 times, and I just watched the fucking color fade out this motherfucker right on the yard. And we just act like nothing happened. Boom, everyone's just chilling until the yard went down and it was off the charts. But I mean, you don't even want to fucking get involved, man. You pray to God that this ain't the work you got to put in. That a situation like
he has a little bit more fat on him. That's why he looks bigger.
That doesn't fall in your lap because
he's not as lean. He's not that lean at this point in time.
Either have to get down or it's happening to you. And this is the major fucking problem. It's the biggest lottery ever. You come in with 2 fucking years and then you get a Chomo Celly. Okay, look, now you just got 7 because you had to book him and you're lucky that you got 5. You might get a 10 for having to fucking book that fool. But I mean, it's just the craziest shit. I mean, one time I was sitting at Chow. I'm sitting there waiting for Chow. And here's A side, B side, C side. And this is a fucking a weak ass level 2. The door's open, A side goes, and I got word that the Pisces are going to do something. So I'm just waiting. The motherfuckers with the piece trying to get this fool got by the dude with his spork. The motherfucker with his damn spork for Chow hit the dude in his face, popped his motherfucking eye out, and he came running back in the fucking Sally port. And here's B side. I'm standing at the door. I'm getting ready for Chow. Dude runs by me, runs to section A.
Looks like a zombie maxing. He's just an idiot, Chuck E. Cheese. Just a Chuck E. Cheese. He's just an idiot. Did I ever meet Harold Poole? No, I've never met Harold Poole before. I mean, it would have been hard. I mean, he wasn't going to bodybuilding shows before I was born. He was already out of the bodybuilding scene.
And I look at the dude next to me, I go, hey, was that fool's eyeball hanging out?
I never saw him at any expo.
And he's like, yeah, it was his eye. And we're just like, damn, I'm hungry though, fuck. But I mean, I'm talking about just being desensitized to violence. I mean, if you've been anywhere around the Norteños, you've seen a level of violence that nobody could ever comprehend. They are the most ruthless motherfuckers. Their own people get out of line, they're gonna have to book him. They're gonna stab the shit out this motherfucker, and they can't stop till the cops break it up. And a lot of times, I'm sorry to tell you guys, but these cops are sick in the head, and they don't want to break it up. They want to see that go down. So the dude turns into a fucking pincushion. It's just man, if you're used to, if you think fist fights is what's gonna go down, you just are in for a fucking big ass reality check when you think that this is the fucking life you want to live and the path you want to take with your life. I mean, it's just the fucked up as shit. I mean, I remember one time clearly that I actually went to get the dude's door open, and it was this youngster. He was kind of a little off, but I got his door opened, and then the cop like slammed his door all stupid or didn't give him room as he was fucking coming out, and the kid took it as a fucking disrespectful, and he came up behind the cop and just boom, just fucking laid the cop out from the back. And then a few of his people jumped with him. He continued to fuck the cop up, and then he just disappeared. They gave him the shoe. They took him away. I hadn't seen him for years, and then I got a shoe. Now when I was in the shoe,
yeah, what usually happens to people like that is we give them what's called either a rough ride or a receipt. So he definitely got a receipt for what he did there, Just remember, there's plenty of places in prison where there ain't no cameras around. And even if there are cameras, remember, who controls the cameras? We do. So we could simply just cut and paste that camera video.
I seen him back there, and I'm like, damn, Guilty, you're still fucking back here, fool? And he's like, yeah, I'm still back here. It was like 2-3 years later. I'm telling you, it wasn't 2 fucking weeks from that day when this kid, he used to slip his cuffs. He was a fucking magician or some shit. But he slips his cuffs while these cops who toss his cell all fucking tough were walking him to the yard. And he slips his cuffs, and he puts that motherfucker around his wrist like this, like a brass knuckles. And he just lights these 2 cops up, 2 of them at the same time, just fucking teeing off on them, just lacerating the shit out these motherfuckers' faces with the cuff around his hand like a brass knuckle. And then he takes the spray, and we're banging the doors because we're in the shoe and everyone's in the cells. So we're banging the shit out the doors. He takes the spray, like the heavy-ass O2 can, not the fucking weak-ass thing you think about out here. We're talking about the fucking corrections officer, fucking 15-pound fucking tin can. And this motherfucker soaks both the cops' heads with it. And then fucking he's holding it wrong because he's not bracing the bottom, and the clip breaks off the top. And so it fucking starts, he just has the can with the juice leaking out of it, and he's dumping it on the cop's fucking head, and then he just domes the cop with the fucking, with the heavy-ass fucking metal tin from the bottom. And everyone's just tripping. And the cops come in tough, man. They beat the fuck out of him, just string him up, everything. They take him to the BMU for like 3 weeks. No one sees him.
Yeah, he gets beaten, he gets taken back, and then the beating will continue. Stop resisting. Stop resisting.
And then he comes back, and I'm talking to him, and he's like, and I was someone that everyone always talked to because I wasn't afraid to say, yeah, I fucking cry. Yeah, I'm a bad motherfucker. I mean, what? Like, what you want from me? I always feel like, you just admit who the fuck you are, what you're about, and that just frees up your whole life. But I was always the first to say, yeah, that shit's getting to me. Whatever the fuck, though. Don't take nothing away from me. But the people would open up to me. And this kid opens up to me, and he goes, Wes, man, do you think I'm getting out, man? Do you think and I look at him, I'm like, are you fucking crazy, bro? Look at your rap sheet. You're here, you got 14 years. You got lucky because you were a juvenile. You shot a motherfucking dude on film, a liquor store owner in the head, killed his ass. And you got 14 years from that. You got lucky because you're a juvenile. Now you've done all this other shit that I just spoke about, and you think you're getting out. And he's like, fuck, man. And I just see it go through his head that it kind of sunk in that he's never getting out. And I mean, that's the realest part about it, is these bad motherfuckers, these people who you think are so tough and so impervious to pain and have no conscience, they do. Everybody has a conscience. People are just like so afraid to change that they hold that shit all down inside and it eats them alive. But I mean, it wasn't 3 weeks after that he stabbed a cop in the hand through the tray slot. So he just kept signing his fate every fucking week, every month, whatever. But just, you can change. Don't think it's too late. You're not that tough. You're not that bad. Like, you're not. Like, motherfuckers at Mule Creek fucking straight fucking killing COs. Like, you'll be deathly afraid of these people, and you don't want to end up there. Like, change your fucking life, dude. I'm telling you. Nobody's ready for it. You haven't done it. You don't know.
Yeah, you're going to be going back to prison pretty soon.
What to expect. It's going to be the worst fucking ride of your life.
Thank God that's over with. You know, he should go and listen to his own videos at this point in time, man, he is going to so get it. He's going to get it. They're going to make mincemeat out of him. They're going to make dog meat out of him.
All right, what's going on, you guys? Nick here with Nick Strength and Power. I've got a couple of interesting stories for you guys today. The first story that I've got for you guys today, the latest update from Keon Pearson. This is probably one of the freakiest physique updates I think I've ever
Again, it's a kitchen photo. I mean, we'll see what he looks like when he gets on stage.
seen from anybody. I think this is going to go down as one of those physique updates that people remember and talk about for years. And I think when we talk about guys breaking the internet with an update, this to me is one of those. This is one of those updates that we're still a couple days out from the show.
He looks really good. But
This is one of those updates where it really feels like, okay, everybody else can just go home. Keon's winning 212. And no disrespect to the other competitors, but I mean this genuinely. Like, look at Keon in this update. Who's beating him in 212? Who has this type of muscle, this type of round, full 3D look that's in this type of shape, that has Keon's type of structure? I honestly don't think there's a chance that anybody in 212 beats this year. This is the biggest, best Keon I think we've ever seen. And I've said it several times this week now.
But it ain't showtime yet. I mean, I get it. He has a good. I mean, he looks good. I mean, I won't kid you there. I mean, now this particular shoulder's looking a little bit odd and everything like that. I'm not saying anything. This shoulder looks a little bit off, but he does look pretty good. But at the end of the day, once you step on stage, you're just another contestant.
I'm going to say it again. I want to see Keon do the Open Olympia this year. I'm telling you, man, I think literally even at this size, Keon beats most of the Open guys right now like this. I just don't get it, man. He looks insane. I can't even imagine what he would end up looking like without a weight restriction. I mean, he needs to go to Open now. I think this is like this. I feel like this update is like a defining moment for a lot of people looking at this version of Keon, and everybody. I think everybody can agree. This guy
Clearly, Nick is gooning off this the Keon. He's just gooning right now. He has hot sticky loads just shooting out over this guy.
In the Open class.
Oh, definitely not no modern day Sean Ray. No. I mean, he's a lot bigger than Sean Ray. But, you got to give him that, Sean Ray competed almost 30 years ago at his peak, so definitely no Sean Ray.
He 1,000% can win the Olympia. And I'm seeing a lot more people say this now, and it makes me happy to see that a lot more people are saying this, that Keon is they're either saying he is the best or one of the best bodybuilders on the planet right now. And this is one of those updates that I think really proves.
And folks, you got to remember one thing. When I say long time ago, you guys do realize that last month Sean Ray turned 60. Let me say that again. Sean Ray is 60 years old. Okay? He doesn't look it, but he's 60. So, you're talking about a 30-year, in 30 years, there's going to be always advancements in supplements, training, physique, drugs, everything. And this is just a natural progression of it.
I mean, it's crazy. It's just crazy. And to be honest, this is kind of why I haven't been talking a whole lot about 212
literally
or
24
making,
years ago.
212 Olympia prediction videos, because I kind of just feel like, what's the point? Keon's going to win. I mean, it's Keon's show. I don't think there's any other way to look at it. And I feel like that's not the case in classic physique and open bodybuilding. I feel like those divisions, it's kind of anybody's game. I think they're impossible to predict. I think anybody could win either one of those categories. It could go any which way. 212, I just genuinely, I can't see it going any other way. Unless something crazy happens and Keon gets injured between now, like something weird. I just can't see Keon losing. Nobody looks like this. There's open guys that don't look like this. I mean, this is crazy. I'll say it like this. Keon is the only modern guy right now that reminds me of prime Phil Heath. I remember like Phil's very peak at his prime.
All right, enough of this gooning. Ew. I mean, you got to understand, a lot of these guys are about to turn 60, folks. Bob Ciccarello, he turned 60 in December. We're getting old, folks. I mean, literally speaking. So when people think you can't really compare him to Sean Ray, he looks way better than Sean Ray. But that's just a natural progression of things here, you know. I still can't, I'm going to be honest with you, I still can't believe I'm 48 years old. It doesn't feel like it. So, well, sometimes it doesn't feel like it, but I am. Yeah, he's going to turn 60. Bob Ciccarello, I mean, Sean Ray turned 60 last month. Ciccarello turned 60 in December, you know.
Good morning, guys.
A lot of people are just going to be turning 60. I mean, we're aging.
We haven't recovered a bit from yesterday. We didn't sleep so well. Today we will have a full day of eating, but not the standard.
Don't worry, I'm saving
challenge,
it to
how many
Fano for
calories I eat in a day. In this video you will see the workout and the supplements I use, also a stack for the pump. It will mostly be about food. The rest of the vid will likely be clips, because this is not a workout video, but for us it will...
Well, truth, that's because someone asked me a question about is he a comparison to Sean Ray. Glad you just dropped in. Looks like you missed a portion of the show.
Be a regular day, and at the end of the video we'll count how many calories I'll eat in a whole day. The day after tomorrow we have a leg workout, so we're starting to load up with a lot of food in advance. I found a bit of grape juice. It's about half a liter. 14 grams of carbs in 100. 70 grams of carbs just from the juice. Today I will also lean on such stuff to gain more. Before eating I'll take
That's a lot of supplements here.
2 capsules of digestive enzymes. This is to digest food better.
Well, he's definitely a lot younger than I am.
Next we take
KCB.
antioxidants.
Yeah, he's probably in his late 20s.
Antioxidants slow down
Let me see. Hold
all
on.
the harmful processes in the body. The next supplement is plant-based, and it's needed for liver support. Next comes nattokinase. It's a mild blood thinner, just 1 tablet in the morning. Coenzyme Q10. This is for the heart muscle.
Guys, you won't believe this. This guy is 26 years old. He's 26! Holy moly! This guy is 26 years old!
I'll be honest, I picked this up from Martin.
Jesus!
I've talked about him more than once. He's doing great, lighting up his entire path. He's doing amazing, lighting up his entire journey on Instagram and giving people like me hope that one day I can reach his level.
This guy is 26!
About 3 to 6 capsules in total. You can take them. You can break it into 2 parts or just take it in
I'm
one.
twice his age! My God! What is wrong with this guy?
If modestly about $125 a month. Let's start with breakfast. And of course we can't forget about our little buddies. They need feeding too.
God, I hate those type of cats, those hairless cats. I can understand if you have allergies and everything and you would have it, but the thing just looks nasty. Get a turtle or something.
The total weight comes to 1,600 grams, including 1,000 grams of potatoes and 600 grams of red fish. 3 pieces of fish and baked potatoes. That's my entire breakfast for today. Now
You're gonna have fish for breakfast? Okay.
we're going to eat. Then we'll go get some food once it settles a bit. And after that, we'll work out. Stay tuned. It's gonna be interesting. Raising my first spoonful of potatoes to you, my friend. Man, this is tasty.
Can you not use just a table or something? You're eating in a chair? This guy is... Ew, get away from me, nasty little cat. I mean, I will have catfish and eggs, but seriously. Ew. I mean, really crappy music, but... Oh well.
Eddie Hall and Brian Shaw always topped up their calories with cheesecakes, but since there was only one, we grabbed another cake to keep up. Next, we grabbed applesauce. That's our carbs. A loaf of bread, juice, cottage cheese, canned tuna. By the way, there's 21 grams of protein per can. 6 cans, that's already about 120 grams of protein. In a kilo of cottage cheese, there's 100
Now, to his credit, he looks way better than Blaha.
grams of protein. So from all of this, already 220
But
grams
26
of protein.
years
Then we've
old?
got some dried meat, 22 grams of protein per pack, plus 4 sodas and some mineral water. The rest will be prepared while I'm away. Pre-workout carb load, nearly 450 calories and a solid 80 grams of carbs to fuel the session. The apple puree is called When I Grow Up. I'm drinking it, still hoping I'll grow up someday. So, from the morning juice, we had 70 grams of carbs, and now another 80. That's a total of 150 grams already.
This is just straight up sick.
Time
I'm
to crush
almost
the
twice
second
his
pack of
age.
puree.
What is wrong with this boy?
That was super easy. Guess I'll have to down the third pack. Shouldn't have thought 2 would be enough.
I mean, literally speaking, he was born in 1999. He's a baby.
Today it's gonna be old school, training at my buddy's place, and we're making a special shake for him right now. We're calling it the Wild Pump Shake. We've got 2 scoops of Pump Apocalypse,
Pump Apocalypse? What?
2 scoops of Pumpkers, and 1 scoop of Mother Bucker. That's 5 scoops in total. Make sure to stir it well. Hey, what's the rush? Oh, you sure you're not gonna puke?
I wouldn't exactly call it trolling. More or less writing letters back and forth. But yeah, it's funny how our beef started in like the 90s here, so. Now, Denzel really built muscle, so. I will admit that that's pretty hardcore, just doing dips in there. Damn. Big. gonna die very early.
We just got back from an intense workout, starting off with cheesecake and a nut cake. The nut cake is 1,400 grams and the cheesecake is 1,100 grams. The cheesecake has 330 calories per 100 grams, and the nut cake has 310.
I'm not sure.
In the end, I ate half of the nut cake and 300 grams of cheesecake. Sleep is very important. Ideally, you should take a nap for an hour after your workout. You'll feel much better, and your second session will be easier. Sleep is the best free thing you can get. At the very least, just lie down with your eyes closed.
Does he not have a bed or something, or is that just typical Russian stuff?
This way, your central nervous system will also recover, since both visual and auditory information overload our brain. All you need to do is lie down, close your eyes, and relax for 25 to 30 minutes. Just to give your mind a psychological break from all the thoughts. Now it's time for our next meal. This little can weighs 115 grams and we've got 6 of them. Well, that's almost 700 grams.
Is he just eating those straight? Literally with nothing else in there, just straight tuna?
Proteins, 21 grams, fats and carbs, 6 grams each. And also 162 calories. Multiply 162 by 7, and that's 1,120 calories for this meal. Alright guys, it's time for our second workout. Today we're hitting the forearms. All we'll need is a 25 kilogram dumbbell with an oval grip.
Does he work out at home or something? He doesn't go to a gym? Really? Looks like he's jerking off. What the hell that was? Jeez.
After the forearm workout, I'm finishing the rest of the cheesecake. And that's 1,100 grams. And after that, I'm finishing the nut cake.
I would never wait for something to let it go away.
This is just such garbage music. My God. Jeez.
With everything at stake, I thought I would take it all back. I just wanna make this thing last, but we're running out of time.
Yeah. I can imagine him working in a gym.
Could we run away? I know if we just hit ground, running, closing off all the world and the light coming in, landing before we break. Don't you know you and me we can run?
For a snack, a cutlet with cheese, and after that, sandwiches with ham and cheese.
Потом будет следующий кадр.
Having
12 grams of carbs per 100 milliliters of juice.
So he's having open-faced sandwiches. That's typical of Russian cuisine. They eat a lot of open-faced sandwiches. They're pretty good, actually.
The mug's 250 milliliters. And by the end of the evening, the whole carton's gonna be gone. And we're wrapping up today with 500 grams of cottage cheese and 100 grams of jam.
Wait a minute, how much is it? 564 grant. Wow. Definitely a monster diet. Well, if he's on steroids, KCB, it's not going to really make much of a difference. But he's definitely not going to absorb all the protein. But the essential key to it is that he's got the building blocks to build the muscle. And that's all that really matters. All right, folks, I saved the best for last, so let's check out Tefano's little videos here. And then I got to go hit the gym myself here because I got to get these 2 water containers taken care of. Well, Michael Phelps there had about a 20 to 30,000 calorie diet, so it just depends on how much work you're actually using and how many calories you're actually burning.
What's up, guys? We're down here at Frankie's Free Range Meat. You guys know I'm not really too enthusiastic about being in front of the camera, but you know, that's how I built my business, and ever since the surgery I don't really want to do it anymore. But until I find a way to be able to help people without having to be in front of a camera, then we're stuck doing this for now. So we got a lot of new stuff going on this week as usual, always trying new things, and hopefully we can get some of the issues sorted out and I can get my money back. I mean, even the things I thought were guaranteed didn't work out. Like that refrigeration failure, the insurance company made up some excuse not to pay it. So like they said, oh, because it wasn't an equipment failure, the thermostat, it's like some BS they made up so they don't have to pay. But now what do I do? Because is the insurance company going to pull that same BS when I have a bigger issue? Like this was
probably. But that's you probably cut corners on your insurance and cut corners on the equipment.
I lost $45,000 worth of product that I thought I was going to get back, so that was going to kind of help. And since I haven't got that money now, I'm behind on all my bills. I can't pay some people for food. It's really, really bad. So on top of having the Wagyu stolen from me, $20,000, $25,000 down the drain, on top of the potato chip equipment machinery going bad, on top of, you know, I'm paying per month on that refrigeration. It's just a disaster. Let's just show you guys what's going on. Well, point is, I didn't even get paid the insurance money for the food loss, so it's just getting worse and worse. I'm baking yesterday. I made a fresh batch of sourdough that's already in the freezer, staying.
Fuck you and your sourdough.
Today. So in here we have all of our loaf of ground beef, nice and fresh. Same with all of our raw dairy products. Just came in yesterday, ready to be shipped out tomorrow, Monday. So we're sending this out as soon as possible for you guys. And you know, the raw primal people, they don't really want to pay more for fresh meat. And honestly, like fresh, never frozen meat, it's not really that popular for us. So most of the time, you know, we don't really leave this in the fridge for too long. We just get it frozen. Kind of fresh shipment of apples in too. And there's some apple cider as well around here somewhere. This is the fresh goat kefir. Oh, that.
Ooh, goat kefir may be nice, but I wouldn't buy it from him.
That's the extra one, the leftover. But we have this freshly made. Actually, the first time. Usually, the Amish farmer makes everything. All of the goat products. Moving forward, I'm making myself. By hand. So this is the goat kefir I made. I told my guys to put it in glass, but we'll do glass next time. Plastic.
Pugman, what's up, dog? Y'all give a big shout out for Pugman. He is hit the building there, my brother.
Honestly, isn't that big of a deal as long as it's not getting heated, but you know, because I'm the person doing it, I know this is not going to get heated at any point, but it's kind of hard to trust most people on that.
You know, the goat kefir wouldn't be too bad, really. I'll be honest with you. What is this?
It's for you guys. really, really special because normally we just, we slice it thin, we vacuum seal it like the prosciutto. That's how the other Iberico for a few months. Should have happened this year, but oh dude, I'm not gonna get too much into it, but out of the 25 goats I bought for dairy goats I bought for that Amish farmer, he's got 11 left. Where am I fit? And he was like, we sold a few of them, one had to be put down, so now we have 11 goats and I owe you $2,000. I'm like, $2,000? I think you're missing a few $1,000s worth of goats, buddy, so I'm gonna make him pay that. That's ridiculous.
I mean, goat's gonna goat, I mean... Yes, I've met Chris Duffy a few times. I've also met him in clubs, too. No, we didn't do anything, but obviously I would have met Chris Duffy. But we won't go any further into that.
I don't know what's going on. I don't understand how they think. Of
course, I've met Chris Duffy.
I guess
There's
they're
no
like.
need to even
I
ask
guess
you
it's
that
like most
question.
groups of people where they're okay with stealing from people as long as it's not their own. All right, so we'll just do a quick walkthrough of the freezer. I'm not sure if I'm gonna switch over to doing more of the local pork.
The goat kefir really sounds good. What is this stuff? I mean, I wouldn't buy it from Frank, but, I can do a lot of stuff with that. Let's see what he's got here.
Chocolate ice cream came in. I don't really want to open this without gloves, but it feels nice and soft, so I think he did a good job making it this time. Here's some of our pure sourdough products. These are the hamburger buns. Here we have some Pop-Tarts handmade.
Handmade Pop-Tarts. Those things look pretty thick there.
We have both the apple Pop-Tarts were restocked this week. I know we have a lot of blueberry. We just restocked the apple. There's some rye sourdough. Those are the English muffins. We got some pizzas here. These are the prosciutto pizza with vegetable. Really, really delicious. Very special product. Just made these fresh yesterday. Dark chocolate chip muffins. Awesome for breakfast. I like these a lot. Those are the blueberry Pop-Tarts. I think the frosting for that batch was a lot thicker than the frosting on that batch. But if anything, that's probably a little too much. That might be really sweet.
Man, those are some big Pop-Tarts.
So, whether you want chicken, duck, goose, or turkey broth, I think that's everything. We have all 4 different types of corn and soy free broth, which is very special because I know for the most part, I've never seen anyone selling goose broth or duck broth, maybe even
What in the world would you do with goose broth?
I mean, maybe a few of those things are like brand new, but a lot of the stuff is just quality control and me trying to do a nicer job and making things taste better. Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna end up doing all this dairy myself. In my physical condition, I definitely can't do it. And I don't know if I'm gonna be able to hire someone to like come to the property and milk the goats twice a day. I don't really want to do it, but I mean, if I have to make this stuff myself here, what's stopping me from doing all the dairy myself, really? It's not really much of a quality control difference. The major thing would be we can ship milk now every day instead of just Monday. Because all of the other dairy products, there's no real freshness issue on when they're made because like kefir, yogurt, cheeses, cream, butter, all those products, like, doesn't matter if they're in the fridge for like a few days or a week or two, they kind of stay the same. The milk though is big because right now, since we get the milk shipped in usually Saturday, we have to send it first thing Monday. So if we would just be able to ship milk more often during the week. We could ship milk on Tuesday and Wednesday instead of just Monday. We don't have to freeze as much stuff. Recently switched the jerky over to the meat website, so now you can order jerky on the meat website.
Yeah, you're jerking me off here, so.
Rose, you know, we have like the lemon light electrolyte really special. I'm trying to. So, kind of over it at this point. I want to think about these lawsuits because these cocksuckers.
Hold on. Good stuff. Finally found some last minute mints.
Site, but the foods, organ supplements, Wi-Fi shielding, Frankie's Naturals, all that stuff is on the frank-shafaro.com. Yeah, I was just going to show the organic energy drink powder real quick, just to complain that, like, since I've had so much money stolen from me this year, I haven't been able to do things I've wanted to do. And we still haven't even got, I don't even want to think about this potato chip stuff, because now this company was supposed to have, all the equipment was supposed to be here now, and they're still,
Why is he buying equipment? Just get a... Why is he buying equipment? Just get a pot and just cook them. All you need is a big pot and fry the chips up. You don't need a machine. What is with this? You don't need all that shit.
There's like some BS Chinese holidays now that they waited. It's just more and more delays. More and more delays. So, kind of over it at this point. I want to think about these lawsuits because these cocksuckers control the court system and everything. It's alright. I'm sure when they leave this fucking planet, they'll be able to pay the devil, right? They'll be able to pay the devil with all the money they made, so they won't have to dig ditches for 100 generations.
Oh yeah, folks, I almost forgot. All of my websites are all done now. They're completed. Google has this unlimited after I got it off of misrepresentation. So this site is completely done. And of course, I finished the Grocer's Kitchen. That one is also done. So this is the replacement for Caliber Grocers. So this one is actively running. You'll notice that the same first two pictures are up there because I use the same feed for it, but yeah. This one looks really good. I like this one. I like this one. So yeah, all of my sites are done now. So for the first time ever, I have everything running. So I do need to make a modification. Oh God, I forgot. I gotta renew the certificate on this one. Well, I'll do that later on. It's not an important site. Probably the same with this one. This one also needs to be renewed. All of these actually expired recently whenever I moved over, so I've just not gotten around to it as of yet. But I will. Oh, even this one. Jeez. Man, I got a lot of work to do. But we're going to do that later. But folks, let's get some music playing. Ten minutes left. Minutes left, folks. Get your questions in, because I gotta go to the gym afterwards. Gotta replace the water bottles. Got my food. Got my gripper. When I get home, I gotta process the meat, do my thing, let my nuts hang, just chilling like a villain. We're gonna do things right and get it nice and tight. like Poon Tang. He wasn't high in the video. He was just, he looks like he's exhausted or something. He's mentally fatigued. Would you take over Frank's business if he landed in federal prison? Probably, if it was available quick pump, and I would change around a bunch of stuff. But if he's doing $4 million a year, I can definitely do some cuts in order to make it profitable. Definitely wouldn't be doing all the stuff that Frank is doing. It really depends on, you know, most of his money is obviously made for selling products to restaurants. He probably has a couple of accounts with restaurants that he regularly ships food to, and the reason why I know this is a lot of his stuff is unmarked, in other words. So he obviously has contracts with restaurants for his products. So, but I would have to look at his spreadsheet. I would have to look at his accounting. But if it was available, yeah, I would take over Tafano's business. Especially get a hold of the contracts. But I don't really think it's his business entirely. I think it's his parents, if I'm not mistaken. No, I don't own an Instapot. I've been thinking about getting one. I just bought a new microwave, actually. My microwave actually rusted out. So this here is me new microwave. This is also the first black microwave I've ever had too. Like I said, I'm redoing a lot of stuff now. I got a stainless steel dishwasher coming in Saturday. Now at first I thought this thing was broken because this light would go out, but then I realized it was just a power saving function. I think it looks pretty nice. You see, as far as microwaves are concerned, and I don't want to bore you guys, like I said, I've never had a black microwave before. And this is the 4th microwave I've ever bought. So my first microwave I bought was in the late 90s. It was white. As typical with a lot of 90s appliances, they were all white. The next one I had was stainless steel. It was a scratch and dent. Scratch and dent. The third one I had was I think I had another white microwave. And then finally I had the red one that you guys have seen. I've had that one for 10 years. It was still somewhat working, but it was dying. And there was rust in there too. It was just rusting out. It was dying. So I went and bought this one. I wanted to get a nice one with an inverter and stuff like that. I think that's nice. So this is my first black microwave. Like I said, I'm redoing a lot of stuff right now. I'm not worried about the business debt because that'll be taken care of. Yeah. Well, I'm still getting used to it. It's nice having a well-running microwave now. Because like I said, mine was dying. I got the deck left to clean in the back and get fixed up. I'll probably do that this weekend. That's if the sun is, out and everything. Well, I didn't want to get one with an air fryer in it because I already have my Ninja Foodie Grill, which it's about time to replace that too, or at least replace some of the parts in there. The funny thing is, Chuck E. Cheese, all of the beeps sound all nice and friendly and everything. This is the friendliest sounding microwave that I've ever had. All my other ones like beep, beep, beep and stuff. This one just sounds all nice, like a luxury car. LeSaber's running well. I need to get an oil change soon, but it's running pretty good. Oh yeah, definitely. It'll outlive me. It's kind of cool having a black microwave. Mine does have a stainless steel trim at the bottom. But yeah, it's just that I've been living in my trailer for 7 years now, and a lot of the appliances and stuff, they're just going bad. So they have to be replaced. My stove and my refrigerator are doing just fine. So I'm not going to replace those.
Now to with CBS News New York.
But folks, 3 minutes left. Get your questions in. Yes, it's an LG Chuck E. Cheese. I just bought one based on the ratings and everything.
Did you ever get head in LeSabre?
Yes, I've gotten head in the LeSabre. That's been done, so I definitely appreciate the donation. And none with a $1 donation. Definitely appreciate that too. But folks, I'm about 10 minutes away from headed to the gym, get a little training in, because I got a lot of stuff to do Wednesday. Now that all the websites are up and running and stuff, other than, I just got to do a couple things with the other two, which will be very easy to fix. I got a nice LG dual inverter AC. Oh, nice. I have a high efficiency heat pump. YouTube is so bad with it not letting you donate, it just glitches out. That's why, I mean, plus they take so much money, none. That's why I tell people donate via Cash App, or donate using the Streamlabs link, or donate via PayPal. But folks, it is 8:00 p.m. and that is the end of the show. Do want to thank Quick Pump and None again for donating. Want to thank everybody for joining me. Y'all be sure to tune in Thursday for happy hour. But I'm out, folks, and as always, peace and soul.